So the second team to present is InZone A. Good luck, and over to you, Team InZone A.
Thank you. I'll just share my screen. Okay, great. So hi, everyone. It's really great to see you all today, everyone together. I'm Emma. I'm from the team InZone A. And I just want to thank, first of all, the judges for your time today, and also Women++ for organizing this super ambitious program. I think we all know it's been a super full 6 weeks, and I am delighted to present to you today Spokey. Now, Spokey is a simple-to-use remote exam-taking app that empowers students and educators to achieve their higher education goals. And Spokey was crafted, designed, and engineered by Team InZone A. So the Spokey story begins with Amina and Monica. Amina is an InZone student who is enrolled in the Global Health course, and Monica is an InZone course coordinator. As a student in Kakuma who lives far away from the hub and has many other responsibilities, Amina needs an exam-taking tool that works despite poor internet connectivity so that she can take the official exam to qualify for a certificate. She needs a clear and intuitive user experience to facilitate her course completion while reducing frustration and technical difficulties. And as an educator based in Geneva, Monica needs a tool to empower her students to achieve their higher education goals. She needs an easy way to upload exam material, track her students' progress, receive feedback, and verify that the right students are taking the assigned exams. So our Spokey prototype addresses these pain points, and it also is considering future app iterations. So a few of the key features that we want to highlight right at the beginning include online-offline usability, optimization for low connectivity, practice exam and onboarding, built-in code of conduct, randomized questions and options, accessibility and personalization, and an intuitive UX/UI. Spokey has two views. One is the mobile view, which is what students see when they take their exam, and the other is the dashboard web view. So this is where the course coordinators will upload exam material and manage student completion. Now I'm going to hand over to my teammate Fotini, who will give us a walkthrough of the mobile app prototype.
Hi, everyone. Now I'm going to walk you through the exam functionality of Spokey. While I do this, I will also try to explain some of the decisions we took along the way. So this is our homepage where I can see some general information about the course. My intention is to take an exam, so I'm heading to the exam's destination. I can see that I have one exam available for today, and I'm clicking on Next to start the process. This page informs me that some instructions will follow and that I need to read them carefully. So instead of landing directly to the instructions, we have included this intermediate screen. Whenever there is a different stage in the process, we have included this type of screens that inform students where they are in the process, what will follow, and also what are the actions that they're supposed to take. In this way, we wanted to give students full visibility of the flow so they can determine their next steps in advance and ease out their stress and give them the opportunity to focus on what is really important, which is the exam. So I am informed about the duration of the course, and I'm also being introduced to the timer feature. If I want, I can skip a question and come back to it later. However, once I have clicked on an option, I need at some point to make my decision and submit the answer in order to move forward. Also, I will not be able to edit my answer anymore. If I run out of time, my progress will be submitted automatically. Here, we wanted to address the reality of cheating during an exam. An important part of proctoring is to deter students from doing it in the first place. So here we inform them that if any cheating is involved, serious disciplinary measures may follow. I agree to the terms and conditions, and I choose Start Practice, as it's the first time I'm using Spoki, and I want to see how it actually looks like before I start the exam. So this is our interface for the questions. If I click on the timer, I can toggle the countdown on and off. We did it like this after we received some feedback. If the countdown is constantly on the screen, it can be quite stressful. At the bottom, we have an assistance button and an accessibility button where we can adjust the text size, change to a dark mode, and enable voiceover or Zoom. In the question list, the students can scroll through all the questions of the exam. With this feature, we wanted to imitate the benefit of a paper exam, where students have complete overview of all the questions, and they can actively choose in which order they want to answer, which might not be in a linear way, so not screen after screen after screen. To give students further freedom of choice, we have these bubbles at the top. By clicking on any number, students can navigate freely to the respective question. So I'm going to start answering the questions now. When I click on an answer, it doesn't get submitted automatically, but I still have the option to think about it, change it, and then submit it. After I submit it, I cannot return to that question anymore. The bubble disappears. So question 2, I'm choosing to skip. The bubble turns red to signify the change in action. Number 3, I'm going to submit, and now I'm going to submit the one I skipped before. I'm ready now to start the actual exam. The countdown will start after this screen. So the bubbles at the top are scrollable, and I can navigate freely to any question I want. So I can go to question 2, then to question 4, and return to question 1. So I'm going to choose my answer, submit. Let's say I'm going to skip question 2. I'm not sure about it. Once I do that, the bubble turns red, but also I have a back button if I want to go back to question 2. Question 3, I'm also going to skip. 2 red bubbles, I can go back and back and move forward with skip. So I'm going to answer the next questions a bit faster for the sake of the presentation and time. So let's say here someone tries to leave the app, be it by mistake, or maybe they want to go online, look for an answer. So when I click on the home button, I have an alert if I'm sure I want to leave the app. But also we made it very easy to return to the exam with 2 ways, either by the X to make the screen go away or clicking back to exam. So I'm going to submit the rest of the questions. And once I'm done, I'm getting a timestamp confirmation with the date and the time. Also, I will receive an email either immediately or once I'm back online. Next, we included a feedback section directly after the exam to increase engagement. I'm going to choose now go to feedback. Some Likert style questions with option from 1 to 5, and an open field question where I can type in more qualitative feedback. So I'm submitting my feedback and I'm done. So here I can see I have completed the exam. So that was it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fotini. Now what you see here on the screen is the mood board that we started with when designing Spoki. The mood is friendly and calm to help reduce stress for students and also to reduce distractions. So it's utilizing mostly blue and gray, and red accents highlight important information and guide users through the interface. And this is the final Spoki style guide. The typeface is clear to read, and the elements are combined simply and consistently. These are all deliberate design choices to help students be efficient and stay focused on their exam. Our name Spoki is derived from the spokes of a wheel. With InZone hubs at the center, Spoki connects InZone students with University of Geneva to support and accelerate their learning goals. And we also think the name sounds pretty cute. Now I'm going to hand over to another one of my teammates, Maureen, who's going to give you a walkthrough of the dashboard prototype.
Hi everyone, I want to show you the dashboard for the course coordinator. On the left sidebar, you can see all the features the course coordinator has on his dashboard. We thought to include a course section, an exam section where he can also create a new one, a student section where he can see all the information about the students, an analytics section, a feedback one, and the settings, the general settings option. To create a new exam, he has to click on Create New On top, he will see the 4 steps that he has to go through until he can publish it. He has the option to cancel, and he has also the option to save it as a draft to do it later. And at the beginning, he has to fill out the basic information about the course. So he can select the course, he can select the module, the language, the duration of the exam. He can choose the date and set the time. Once all the basic information are set, he can start creating the question for the exam. So he has to add a new question. Then he can fill or type in the question here in this field. He can create the answers. He can add the answers. Once he adds all the answers, he can choose also the correct answer right away. So they will be already graded, and it will take stress from the coordinator and also from the professor. And so on. He can create all the questions in this way. Once all the questions are filled up, he has the possibility to review it and then to publish it at the chosen date.
Thank you, Maureen. So now let's take a look at the tech side, what's going on underneath all of this beautiful design. So to develop Spokey, our developer and our project manager turned developer, more on that later, use JavaScript, React, React Native, Expo, and Parse. Some functionality that we're particularly proud to have implemented includes randomization of questions and answer options, as shown on the slide, and the dashboard functionality like grading exams and creating new questions. We're also super happy with how the exam taking process turned out, meaning bubbles changing colors when clicked and buttons disappearing when answers are submitted or skipped, and toggling the timer on and off. We also developed a mode for taking the exam offline, which includes storing the answers until connection is restored. And this is Team InZone A. We're a small but mighty team of 5. 2 of our developers dropped out in the first 2 weeks, and the reduced capacity definitely added some initial stress, but in the end, we became very efficient collaborators, we're proud to say. One way we overcame the challenge of having a small team was by adapting our product plan to meet our team abilities. This meant leveraging our strong design, UX, UI, and user research skills. Although we did have clear roles, our team strength was flexibility and willingness to forget the assigned roles sometimes and just try new things and jump into the task at hand. Therefore, this became a very personal project for us, and Spokey is influenced by our backgrounds as peace builders, fashion designers, explorers, data enthusiasts, and definitely as lifelong learners. On that note, you can see we learned a ton during this project, including new tools, frameworks, and ways of working together. So from this perspective, since we learned so much, there's not much that we would want to do differently, but we do agree that it would have been valuable to maybe slow down at the beginning, take a little bit more time to get to know each other, and just to make sure all participants were on the same page with the same priorities. Let's look ahead. We have a big vision for where we'd like to take Spokey. On the slide, you see a summary of our roadmap, and a much more detailed version of this is available in our GitHub. The next steps we envision for this product include improving its current usability and implementing all of the features. We'd then be eager to get our MVP into the hands of users to gather their feedback and validate our future feature list. Proctoring is clearly limited in a remote exam setting. So we have a very innovative idea for developing an AI chatbot that would deliver students unique questions based on answers that they had previously submitted. And this could help with reducing cheating. Ultimately, though, the goal is scalability. So we strove to design and develop a lightweight a lightweight tool that's adaptable, and once validated, can be quickly integrated into the InZone workflows so that more courses and certifications can be offered to more students across languages and geographies. And it's a big goal, and we hope Spokey can help InZone get there. So in my last few seconds, I finally just want to give a huge thank you for the amazing support and mentorship that we received. Shout out to Jyotsna, Louisa, Chris, Francesca, Milda, Jessica, and Lou. And also, since I have the mic, from me to my team, I just want to congratulate you for getting us over the finish line. Your creativity was really impressive. So thank you, and we made it.
Thank you very much, team InZone A. Appreciate your presentation. The floor is open for questions. And we see that Thierry has raised his hand.
Hi there. First of all, let me congratulate you for this amazing work. I'm very, very impressed how far you have been able to go. It's a very cool application. There's a lot of bright ideas. I'll have to just a clarification regarding the connectivity. So what happened when you lose, or if you lose the connectivity? And I would love to hear a bit more about this randomization of question, which I find it very interesting as a way also to reduce cheating for the exam.
Sarah or Simona, do you want to take that question?
Yes, hi, I can answer that. Hi, I'm Sarah. I work with Simona on the development side. So first, to address the online-offline availability. So the way it works, in the beginning, of course, you need an internet connectivity at some point. We discussed with Lou that this should be in a pretty short time window. And if you cannot download the exam, then it would be rescheduled. But once you have downloaded the exam once, it is stored on the phone and you can take the whole exam without any other internet connectivity. When you finish the exam, it tries to upload your answers. If it's possible, it does so. If it's not possible, it will store the timestamp and the answers on the phone securely, and you can try again later once internet connectivity is restored. Then the randomization works in the following way. So every question, multiple choice question, has several options, and all the options and all the questions have a own ID. But when you start the exam, each question and each option get a second ID, which is randomized at this moment. So what is question number 2 for one person might be question number 5 for another person. And the order of the options is also different. This makes cheating really difficult because you cannot shout to your friend, oh, what's question number 5? And also for reproducibility, when we upload the answers to the server in the end, you will get how the question was randomized. So in case a student has a question about the question number 7 during the exam, this can be recorded and we can reconstruct for each student which question was number 7.
Thank you very much. The next question is from Beatrice.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations for the work you put in, mostly because you had 2 team members leaving. I can only imagine how hard it was. My question is about the submitting the moment you submit the question. I noticed that you submit them individually, and I was wondering if there was a reason behind that. I mean, why would you want the student to submit it one by one? And also about using red to highlight important information, taking into account that it's usually associated to error messages. I was wondering if you have anything to share about that.
I will go ahead.
Yes,
So for the submit answer, it was in an iteration that we did it like this. Initially, we thought it would be good that you just answer the questions and then you review them at the end. But then after talking with Lou and getting some feedback, we thought it's safer that once one answer is, in terms of proctoring, once an answer has been attempted, it gets submitted and you can't return to that. So just to how to say that? So just to follow the rules basically of the exam safety. And then the red, I mean, that is a valuable feedback that you give us. So we might, it crossed our minds, but this was like kind of the palette we had come up with, and with the logo and the InZone colors. But I totally understand the point. And we only use red when there is like a significant action. So skipping a question is something that you needs your attention. So we only use it in this context. But we do, I think, understand the remark.